Hello, very good morning and welcome to Athavan newspaper highlights. Today is Saturday, 11th of June 2016. This is Edward Udedas Davasagayam Pillai with the highlights of today's English newspapers. Firstly, let's have a look on the Daily Mirror. The main headline of the Daily Mirror says, Moves to wind up Mihin Lanka. Employees claim many divisions transferred to Sri Lankan Airlines. Several senior officials reportedly asked to quit. Preliminary measures relating to the winding up of Mihin Lanka is already in progress, employee sources of the airline revealed yesterday. Accordingly, several divisions of Mihin Lanka, including the officials, have already been transferred to Sri Lankan Airlines. Another highlight says, No faith motion against Parliament Secretary General unnecessary. Decision based on Parliament Business Committee report. The Parliamentary Business Committee has decided that there is no need to take up the no-confidence motion against Parliament Secretary General Dhammika Dissanayake because whatever happened was a genuine mistake on his part, Speaker Karu Jayasuriya announced yesterday. And the highlight says, No faith motion, opportunity to expose government corruption, joint opposition. The main purpose of the no-confidence motion against Finance Minister Ravi Karunanayake has been fulfilled as it sent a strong warning signal to the government, joint opposition MP Dinesh Gunawardena said yesterday. And the highlight says, No faith motion, its defeat has strengthened the government. The Sri Lanka Freedom Party said yesterday the no-faith motion against the finance minister, which was beaten by 94 votes, has strengthened the government and the unity between the SLFP and the United National Party. And the highlight says, Tajuddin killing, ex-crimes OIC makes statement to magistrate. It was recorded in the chamber. Former Narayanpeta Police Crimes OIC Sumit Pereira, who was remanded in connection with the killing of former rugby captain Wasim Tajuddin yesterday, made a statement to Colombo Additional Magistrate Nishant Pires. Salawa incident, some trying to create drift between army and people, Prime Minister. It would take at least 60 days to reconstruct houses that were destroyed by the fire. There is an effort by some people with vested interests to create problems between the army and the people living near the Salawa army camp where the ammo dump caught fire recently, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe told Parliament yesterday. Secondly, let's move to Daily News. The main headline of the Daily News says, Salawa reconstruction, army ready to deploy 50,000 personnel. 12 service centers to provide relief in 12 GN divisions. 12 service centers will be set up to provide relief to people in 12 Grama Niladhari divisions affected by the Salawa armory explosion and fire, and 50,000 soldiers would be deployed if necessary to restore normal civilian life in the region, Army Commander Lieutenant General Krishanda De Silva said. And the highlight says, only 20% of mental patients seek treatment, Health Minister Rajitha Senaratne said. 1 in every 10 Sri Lankans suffer from a mental disorder, but only 20% of the mental patients seek medical treatment, Health Minister Dr. Rajitha Senaratne said. According to Dr. Senaratne, cases of mental disorders are on the increase in Sri Lanka. War and tsunami were two main reasons for this trend. According to a WHO report, Sri Lanka stands 4th place in the world when it comes to committing suicide, he said. And the highlight says, tense situation as CMC officials attempt to demolish 26 houses. A tense situation prevailed at Barnes Place, Colombo 7 when Colombo Municipal Council officials attempted to demolish over 26 houses with bulldozers. A group of people who claimed that they were forced to vacate their homes in 2013 after being threatened by certain politicians in the previous government held a protest preventing the CMC workers from demolishing the houses. Finally, let's move to Ceylon Today. The main headline of the Ceylon Today says, Karu sets new code of conduct. Speaker Karu Jayasuriya has taken steps to introduce a new set of ethics of members of parliament with the objective of upholding parliamentary traditions, rules and discipline. Many issues such as the dress code for parliamentarians, arrival in the parliament, seating and conduct are included in the new set of ethics. Members of parliament should always sit only in the seats allocated to them. Honorable members of parliament should not sit in the public gallery in the company of their visitors or converse with them, and should not sit in the areas reserved for state officials. When approaching the chair to make any inquiry, members should not approach from behind the seats of the chair or the general secretaries. Honorable members of parliament should at all times observe the stipulated dress code when entering the parliament. And the highlight says, Minister says won't accept Wildlife Director's resignation. Minister of Wildlife and Sustainable Development Gamini Jaya Vikrama Pereira told Parliament yesterday that he had refused to accept the resignation letter submitted by Director General of Wildlife Dr. Sumit Pilapitiya. Sri Lanka higher on Global Peace Index. Sri Lanka has moved up 18 places from 114th position from among 162 nations in last year's Global Peace Index, ranking to 97th among 163 nations this year, scoring 2,133 points in the ranking formula according to the latest GPI rankings. The report noted that Lanka is a peaceful nation that has made strong gains in both internal and external peace. MR on private trip to Japan. Former President and UPFA Kurunagala District MP Mahinda Rajapaksa left for Japan last morning on a special invitation from the Sri Lankan community there, joint opposition sources said. Rajapaksa left at 12:30 am with 4 others including National Freedom Front leader and MP Vimal Weerawansa, his personal chief security officer and 2 others. The former president is scheduled to address several meetings in Japan and will participate in several functions at several temples, your sources said. With that, let's come to an end of today's paper highlights. We will come with more news tomorrow morning. Thanks for listening to other newspaper highlights.